At the annual office Christmas party, my dad, who is also my boss, grabbed the microphone and announced, "I'm promoting my younger son over my lazy eldest." He then stared right at me and explained to the whole company that my attitude problem meant I wasn't worthy of running the family business, even though I had worked there 10 years longer. My coworkers gasped, and I felt tears stinging my eyes, totally humiliated. But what I did next changed everything and made them regret it forever. I've been working at my dad's manufacturing company for 12 years. 12 years? I started when I was 22, literally fresh out of college, working in the warehouse, loading boxes and sweating through my shirts in the summer heat. I wasn't handed anything, you know? I worked my way up from the absolute bottom. Over those years, I learned every single part of the business. I moved from warehouse to inventory, then to logistics, and eventually to operations manager. I handle all the supply chain stuff, manage relationships with our vendors, oversee the production floor with 40 employees, and honestly, I've increased our efficiency by 30% since I took over operations. I've got the numbers to prove it too. My younger brother, he joined the company 2 years ago. 2 years. And that was only after he failed at 3 other jobs that Dad helped him get. The kid bounced from sales job to sales job, couldn't hold anything down, and Dad kept making excuses for him. So finally, Dad brought him into the family business as a sales associate, basically the lowest position you can have in sales. But here's the thing that's been eating at me for years. Dad has always, and I mean always, favored my brother. It's been like this since we were kids, but I thought maybe in a professional setting merit would actually matter. I was wrong. My brother shows up late constantly. Like, we're talking 45 minutes, sometimes an hour late. He takes these ridiculously long lunches, disappears for 2 hours, comes back smelling like beer. He misses his sales quotas pretty much every quarter. But does Dad say anything? Nope. Instead, he calls him ambitious and a natural salesman. I'm not even kidding. Those exact words. Meanwhile, I'm pulling 60-hour weeks, fixing problems before they become disasters, keeping our biggest clients happy, and Dad just kind of expects it. He never says thank you, never acknowledges when I save us money or prevent a crisis. It's like my work is just this invisible thing that happens in the background. And the bonuses? Don't even get me started. My brother gets these fat bonuses for hitting like 70% of his quota. 70%. Meanwhile, I exceed every target I set, and Dad tells me, "You're just doing your job." So anyway, about 6 months before this Christmas disaster, Dad announces at Sunday family dinner that he's planning to promote someone to vice president. He says this person will eventually take over the business when he retires. My wife, Jessica, she's squeezing my hand under the table, and I can see she's excited. I mean, obviously this has to be me, right? 12 years, operations manager, all my accomplishments. It's a no-brainer. Jessica keeps telling me for weeks after that dinner, you need to just ask him directly. Don't wait around. And she's right, but there's this part of me that's like, he's my dad, he sees what I do every day. He knows I'm the right choice. But then my mom pulls me aside one afternoon when I'm over helping her with something in the garden, and she says real quiet, "Your father's been talking about your brother's potential lately." That word, potential. I hate that word. Potential doesn't mean anything when you've got nothing to show for it. So I decide, okay, I'm going to do this properly. I spend weeks putting together this presentation. I'm talking detailed spreadsheets, graphs, projected growth, cost savings I've implemented. I document everything. The new vendor contracts I negotiated that saved us $200 grand a year. The production line reorganization that increased output by 23%. The employee retention program I started that cut our turnover in half. I've got a 5-year plan for expanding into new markets, diversifying our product line, everything. I schedule a meeting with Dad in his office. I'm nervous, I'll admit it, but I'm also confident because I know I've got the goods to back this up. I walk in there with my presentation printed out, bound all nice, professional as hell. And you know what? He barely looks at it. I'm going through the numbers, showing him everything, and he's just kind of nodding, looking at his phone, glancing out the window. When I finish, he leans back in his chair and says, "We'll see." That's it. We'll see. Then he hits me with this line, "Leadership requires more than just doing your job well." I'm like, what does that even mean? But I don't push it. I just thank him for his time and leave, feeling like I just got punched in the stomach. Over the next few months, things get weird. My brother starts attending these executive meetings that I'm not invited to. I find out because I see them on Dad's calendar when I'm dropping off reports. Dad takes my brother to client dinners, golf outings with our biggest accounts. I'm not asked to come along, even though I'm the one who actually manages these accounts day to day. One day, I'm in the hallway, and I hear Dad on the phone with one of our suppliers. He's saying, "Yeah, my younger son, he's really got the vision to take this company into the future. Fresh perspective, you know?" I just stand there for a second, feeling like an idiot for ever thinking this would be fair. Jessica notices I'm different when I come home. I'm angry all the time, snapping at the kids, not sleeping well. She tries to talk to me about it, but what can I say? My dad doesn't respect me? Sounds pathetic when you say it out loud. Then, 2 weeks before Christmas, something happens that I think will finally change things. I discover my brother completely screwed up a major client order. And I mean major. He misquoted the specifications, promised a delivery date we couldn't possibly meet, and the client already paid a 50% deposit. This mistake is going to cost us like $50,000. Easy, maybe more if the client sues. I spend 3 days basically living at the office, calling in favors with suppliers, reworking our entire production schedule, negotiating rush fees, smoothing things over with the client. I manage to fix it and only lose us about 10 grand instead of 50. I document everything, print out all the emails showing exactly what my brother did wrong and how I fixed it, and I bring it to Dad. I'm thinking, okay, this is it. This will show him who actually keeps this place running. I put the folder on his desk and explain what happened. And Dad, he flips through it, barely reading, and then looks up at me and says, "Mistakes happen. You're being too hard on your brother." I'm like, too hard? The guy almost cost us $50,000 because he doesn't know how to read a spec sheet. And Dad goes, "Your negative attitude and lack of family loyalty are concerning. Your brother is trying his best." I swear something in me just breaks a little bit right there. I realize it doesn't matter what I do. I could save the company $1 million, and Dad would find a way to give my brother credit for it. But I can't quit. I've got a mortgage, 2 kids. Jessica doesn't work because we agreed she'd stay home while the kids are young. I'm trapped. So the Christmas party rolls around. It's at this event hall we rent every year, pretty nice place. All 80 employees are there, plus their families, and some of our key clients. It's supposed to be this fun, festive thing. Jessica and I show up, and I'm trying to be normal, trying to smile and chat with people even though I'm dying inside. My brother shows up late, of course, with his girlfriend. I can tell he's already been drinking because he's loud and stumbling a bit. Dad's also been drinking, which isn't unusual at these things, but tonight he seems extra animated. He's talking loud, laughing too much, and I'm getting this bad feeling. We're halfway through dinner, everyone's eating, there's music playing, and suddenly Dad stands up and grabs the microphone from the DJ. The room goes quiet because when the boss wants to talk, you listen. He starts giving this speech about family legacy and the future of the company. Standard stuff, but he's going on longer than usual, and I can feel everyone getting kind of uncomfortable. Jessica grabs my hand under the table and whispers, "Maybe this is it. Maybe he's going to announce you." And for like 2 seconds, I let myself hope. Then Dad says, "I'm proud to announce I'm promoting my younger son to vice president and future successor of this company." The room gets really quiet. People are confused because literally everyone here knows I run the operations. They work with me every single day. Some of them have been here as long as I have. They know what I do. But Dad's not done. He points right at me, and I swear it's like time slows down. He says, "I'm promoting my younger son over my lazy eldest." I hear people gasp. Someone drops a fork and it clatters on their plate. Dad keeps going. "My oldest son has an attitude problem. He's resistant to change. He complains too much. He doesn't understand modern business. He's jealous of his brother's success, and that jealousy blinds him. Honestly, after watching him for 12 years, I don't think he's worthy of running this family business." I'm just sitting there, frozen. Jessica is crying next to me. I can hear her trying to hold back sobs. My brother is looking down at his plate, won't make eye contact. 80 coworkers, their spouses, their kids, our clients. Everyone is staring at me while my dad lists all the reasons I'm a disappointment. I feel tears stinging my eyes, and I'm trying so hard not to cry in front of everyone. My face is burning. My hands are shaking. This is my dad, my boss, and he just humiliated me in front of everyone I work with. For a second, I think about just leaving, just standing up and walking out, but then something else takes over. Maybe it's 12 years of swallowed pride, maybe it's rage, maybe it's just clarity, I don't know. I stand up, and my chair scrapes loud against the floor in the silence. Everyone's looking at me. I walk up to where Dad is standing with the microphone and I say, "Can I say a few words?" He's drunk and overconfident. Probably thinks I'm going to thank him or accept this gracefully or something. He hands me the microphone, smirking a little. My hands are shaking so bad I almost drop it, but my voice comes out steady, clear. "I'm resigning," I say. Effective immediately. People start whispering. Dad's smirk disappears. "I've worked here for 12 years, I continue. Started in the warehouse, worked my way up to operations manager. In that time, I've increased efficiency by 30%, saved this company hundreds of thousands of dollars, and managed 40 employees who actually respect me because I treat them like professionals." I look at my brother. He won't look up. I've covered for my brother's mistakes more times than I can count, including 2 weeks ago when he nearly cost us $50,000 on the Hendricks account. I fixed it, like I always do. But none of you knew that because I don't need to brag about doing my job. I turned back to Dad. You've excluded me from meetings, taken him to client dinners instead of me, and made it clear that family favoritism matters more than actual competence. And tonight, you humiliated me in front of everyone. So I'm done. The room is dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. There are 3 major problems this company is facing right now that only I know how to handle, I say. And I'm not yelling, I'm just stating facts. First, our supplier contract with Morrison Industrial expires in 2 weeks. I've been negotiating the renewal for 3 months and we're at a critical point. Second, production line 3 has an intermittent jam issue that I've been managing personally because no one else knows the timing sequence. Third, the entire quality control system was designed and implemented by me and no one else understands how it works. I hand the microphone back to Dad. I won't be available to train anyone. Good luck. Jessica is already standing, grabbing her purse. We walk out together while everyone just stares. I can hear the room explode into chaos as the door closes behind us. In the car, Jessica is crying, but she's also kind of laughing. "Oh my God," she keeps saying. "Oh my God, you actually did it." I'm shaking, adrenaline pumping. Did I just ruin our lives? No, she says, grabbing my hand. You just saved yourself. That night, I can't sleep. My phone starts ringing around 11. It's Dad. 17 calls. I don't answer a single one. My brother texts me, "Dude, WTF, call Dad back." I delete it. Around 2 a.m., I get a text from Gary, one of our senior engineers. "That took guts. Proud of you." The next morning, I wake up and just start working. I update my resume, call some industry contacts I've made over the years, and start documenting everything I know about the company's operations. Jessica brings me coffee and sits with me. "We'll be okay," she says. "We've got savings for 3 months, and you're good at what you do. Someone will hire you." She's right, but I'm still terrified. I've got 2 kids, a mortgage, car payments. But you know what? I also feel lighter than I have in years. By evening, I've got 3 texts from employees at the company, all saying basically the same thing. They're thinking about quitting too. Gary says, "If you land somewhere good, let me know." So does Patricia from logistics and Ahmed from quality control. These are people I trained, people I've worked with for years. Monday morning, I don't go to work, obviously. My phone starts ringing at 8:05 a.m. It's Dad. I let it go to voicemail. He leaves this angry message demanding I fulfill my duties and train my replacement. I text back, "I resigned publicly. I owe nothing beyond returning my keys. I'll drop them off at the end of the week." By noon, I hear through Gary that the supplier negotiations completely fell apart. No one else knows what terms we were discussing or what concessions I'd gotten them to agree to. Morrison Industrial is pissed because they think we've been wasting their time. Production line 3 stops twice. Once in the morning, once after lunch. The whole production floor has to halt while they troubleshoot. My replacement, some guy named Kyle who's been there like 3 years, has no idea what the issue is. They lose 4 hours of production. Wednesday, Gary texts me. Patricia gave her notice. Ahmed too. Both cited the Christmas party and said they can't work for someone who treats people like that. I feel bad for a second, like maybe I'm causing problems for people who had nothing to do with this. But then Gary sends another text. "Don't feel bad. People have been updating resumes since Friday. You were just the spark." These aren't random employees either. Patricia has been there 8 years, knows our entire logistics system. Ahmed has been there 6 years and is our best quality control specialist. They're both people I personally trained and mentored. Dad tries calling Patricia and Ahmed, trying to convince them to stay, offering them raises. They both refuse. Patricia tells me later, "I've seen how he treats his own son. Why would I trust him to treat me any better?" My brother calls me Friday afternoon, and I actually answer. "What do you want?" "Dude, you need to help me," he says, and he sounds panicked. "I don't know how to do any of this VP stuff. Dad's freaking out. Clients are calling asking questions I can't answer. The Morrison deal is dead. Can you just come in and—" "No," I say. "Come on, man. I'm drowning here." "Then learn how to swim," I tell him. "Isn't that what Dad wanted? For you to learn on the job? Fresh perspective and all that? Don't be a dick about this." I'm not being a dick. I'm being exactly as helpful as Dad said I should be, which is not at all. Good luck. I hang up. Meanwhile, I've been interviewing. 2 companies in the manufacturing sector heard through contacts that I'm available, and both reached out fast. One is Hendrix, actually, the client whose account I saved from my brother's screw-up. The other is Paramount Industrial, one of our biggest competitors. Hendrix offers me a senior operations role with a 15% salary bump. Paramount offers me Director of Operations with a 20% increase plus equity options. Both interviews go really well because these people actually know what I've accomplished. They've worked with me, seen my results. I'm leaning toward Paramount. It's a bigger company, more resources, better opportunity for growth. Plus, not gonna lie, the idea of working for my dad's direct competitor feels like poetic justice. Jessica and I talk it through over the weekend. Paramount is the better offer, she says. And honestly, after what your dad did, I have zero problem with you working for his competitor. He made his his choice. I accept Paramount's offer Monday morning. Start date is 3 weeks out. Word spreads fast in the industry, especially in our region. By Wednesday, I'm hearing from former clients asking about my move. Jack from Riverside Manufacturing calls me directly. Hey, I heard you left Harrison Manufacturing. That true? Yeah, I'm starting at Paramount next month. Huh. Well, we've been having some issues with Harrison lately. Nothing major, but the service isn't what it used to be. You were always the guy who made things happen. Think Paramount could handle our account? I tell him honestly, yeah, we could definitely handle it. Want me to have our sales team reach out with a proposal? Please do, he says. Your dad's company has been dropping the ball lately. By the end of my first week at Paramount, 3 of my former clients have reached out. These are relationships I built over years. They trust me, not Harrison Manufacturing. And here's the thing, what I'm doing is completely legal and ethical. No contracts are being breached. These clients are making their own decisions based on service quality. I'm just making them aware of their options. My new boss, Richard, is blown away. You've brought in 3 major accounts in your first week. That's unheard of. I've been working with these companies for years, I explain. They know me, they trust me. Within 2 months, I successfully moved 3 major clients from Dad's company to Paramount. Combined, they represented about 20% of Harrison Manufacturing's revenue. Dad's company takes a serious financial hit. I hear through Gary, who still texts me updates, that things are getting really bad there. They're missing deadlines because the systems I built aren't being maintained properly. Quality defects are increasing. 2 more clients threaten to leave over service issues. My brother apparently is completely overwhelmed. He's working 70-hour weeks trying to keep up, but he doesn't have the foundation. He doesn't know the relationships, doesn't understand the operations. Dad won't admit he made a mistake, but Gary says he's stressed out all the time now. Mom calls me one night crying. Please talk to your father. He won't say it, but he knows he was wrong. Mom, if he knows he was wrong, he can apologize. He humiliated me in front of 80 people. I'm not going to pretend that didn't happen just because his business is struggling. He's proud, she says. Then he can stay proud. I tell her, I've moved on. 4 months after the Christmas party, Paramount promotes me to vice president. Yeah, vice president. The title my dad said I'd never be worthy of. I earn it in 4 months at a company that actually values competence. Industry Monthly runs a feature about my rapid rise and the accounts I've brought to Paramount. The article specifically mentions how I've emerged as a key player in the regional manufacturing sector. Several people from my old company see it. Gary texts me a picture of the article taped to the break room wall with "nice job" written on it. I frame the article and Jessica hangs it in my home office. Every time I see it, I remember Dad saying I wasn't worthy. Around this time, I get a call from my mom again. Your father's accountant says they're going to lose money this year. First time in 20 years. She's crying. Your brother is drinking heavily, can't handle the stress. 4 more employees quit last week. Please, honey, isn't there anything you can do? I feel bad for my mom. She didn't do anything wrong. But my dad, my brother, they made their choices. Mom, I'm sorry you're caught in the middle of this, but Dad publicly stated I was lazy and unworthy. He chose his favorite son to run the company. This is what he wanted. He needs to live with it. A week later, Mom shows up at my office. Security calls up, and I'm surprised, but I tell them to let her up. She looks exhausted when she walks into my office. Mom, what are you doing here? She sits down, looks around at my nice office, the view, the VP nameplate on my desk. Your father won't apologize because of his pride, but I'm asking you, as your mother, please consider helping the company. As a consultant, not as an employee. We'll pay you whatever your rate is. Why would I help him? Not for him, she says quietly. For me. That company is our retirement. If it fails, we lose everything. Your father will never recover from this, emotionally or financially. I'm not asking you to forgive him. I'm just asking you to help save something before it's too late. I tell her I need to think about it. After she leaves, I sit in my office for a long time just staring out the window. That night, Jessica and I talk about it for hours. Your mom doesn't deserve to suffer because your dad is an idiot, she says. But you also don't owe them anything after what they did. I know. But if I don't help, and the company completely fails, I'll always wonder if I could have prevented it, and Mom will lose everything. Jessica is quiet for a minute, then says, if you want to help, set conditions. Real ones. Your dad has to publicly apologize to everyone who was at that party. Your brother gets demoted, and you get paid consultant rates for every hour you work. No family discount. The next day, I call my mom back. I'll help under 3 conditions. 1. Dad apologizes publicly to every employee who was at that Christmas party. A real apology, not just, sorry you got offended crap. 2. My brother gets removed from any leadership position. 3. I get paid my consulting rate, which is $200 an hour, and I'm not doing this full time. I have a job I'm keeping. Mom agrees to talk to Dad. 2 days later, Dad calls me. His voice is different, tired. Your mother told me your conditions. Yeah, non-negotiable. Okay, he says quietly. I'll do it. All 3 conditions? Yes, all 3. I'm honestly shocked. I expected him to argue. The following Monday, Dad schedules a company-wide meeting with the 50 employees who are left. I attend via video call because I'm not going in person. Dad stands in front of everyone and actually apologizes. It's painful to watch. You can tell he's hating every second, but he does it. I made a terrible error in judgment at the Christmas party, he says. I humiliated my eldest son in front of all of you, and I was completely wrong. He was the backbone of this company, and I didn't appreciate that until it was too late. I let personal favoritism cloud my judgment, and it nearly destroyed everything we've built. I'm sorry to him, and I'm sorry to all of you who had to witness that. My brother gets reassigned to a regular sales position. Not VP, not even sales manager, just a sales associate again. Dad announces I'll be coming in as a paid consultant to help restructure operations. The room is quiet after the announcement. I can see some people nodding, others whispering to each other. Gary gives a thumbs up to the camera. For the next 3 months, I work with Harrison Manufacturing part-time while keeping my VP position at Paramount. I bill them my $200 per hour rate for every single hour I work, and Dad pays without complaint. I come in evenings and weekends, fix their systems, renegotiate supplier contracts, train new people on the quality control processes. It's weird being back. People treat me differently now. There's respect, but also this careful distance, like they're not sure what our relationship is. Gary and I grab lunch one day and he says, "Everyone thinks you're a legend, you know. Walking out like that, landing on your feet, coming back on your own terms. That's the dream." It didn't feel like the dream when it was happening. I admit, it felt like I was throwing my life away, but you weren't, Gary says. You were standing up for yourself. There's a difference. The company stabilizes over those 3 months, but it's significantly smaller now. Revenue is down about 35% from its peak, several key accounts are gone permanently, and employee morale is still shaky. But at least it's not dying anymore. During this time, I quietly reach out to a regional manufacturing group that's been expanding in our area. Paramount Acquisitions Group, no relation to my employer. They've been buying up smaller manufacturers and consolidating operations. I arrange an introduction with Dad. "You want me to sell?" Dad asks when I pitch the idea. We're in his office, just the two of us. "I think it's the smart move," I tell him honestly. "The company can't compete at its current size. You've lost too much market share, too many key people. But Paramount Acquisitions could integrate Harrison into their operations, keep the brand, protect the remaining employees. This is my legacy," he says, and for the first time he sounds old, defeated. "Your legacy is about to go bankrupt if you don't make a smart decision," I say. Not mean, just factual. You can sell now and walk away with enough money to retire comfortably, or you can hold on until there's nothing left to sell. He knows I'm right. The negotiations take 2 months. Paramount Acquisitions offers a fair price, agrees to keep most employees, and even offers to keep the Harrison name for the regional branch. During the negotiation process, they ask me if I'd consider leaving Paramount to come run the acquired company. No, I tell them immediately. I've built a career elsewhere, but I appreciate the offer. They respect that and move forward with the acquisition anyway. The deal closes on a Tuesday in June. Dad signs the papers, gets his payout, and officially loses control of the company he built 30 years ago. I'm there when he signs. Mom is crying quietly. My brother isn't there, he didn't want to watch. Dad's hand shakes a little as he signs each page. When it's done, he looks at me. "You were right. About everything." I don't say anything. There's nothing to say. The new owners take over immediately. They bring in their own management team, restructure everything. Some Harrison employees stay, some move to other divisions, some take severance. Gary ends up getting promoted actually, becomes a senior engineer for the whole region. My brother struggles even in his reduced role. The new management doesn't have patience for his lack of performance. 6 months after the acquisition, he quits and moves to Arizona for a fresh start, some sales job his girlfriend's dad helped him get. Dad retires with enough money to live comfortably, but he's basically lost everything he built. Mom tells me he spends most days in his workshop, not talking much. I maintain minimal contact. We do family dinners once a month, mostly for Mom's sake, but it's awkward. Dad and I don't have much to say to each other.